Hey guys, Dr. Ben here, FA Will Centers. Let's talk about testosterone in women. And a lot of you maybe you've heard testosterone issues in women, maybe you haven't. Maybe you're like, why are we talking about a male hormone with females? Well, it's very, very important, and it's not just a male hormone. Women need it just as much as men. Very, very important. So stick with me here. We're going to get into some physiology. I'm going to use the whiteboard. We're going to draw out some of what is actually going on in your body, why you have low testosterone. And it's not just 60, 70, 80-year-olds. We're seeing it in people in their 20s and 30s and 40s that have low testosterone in women. And what does this affect? So first thing, hey, good to see you, Monica. Pop down below where you guys are watching from. Love to see all over the country, all over the world. We have people in Australia, South Africa, United Kingdom, everywhere from California to New York and North Dakota to Texas, everything in between. So welcome. And there's Marianne. She is over in Germany, and Lucy in South Africa. Great to see you guys. So we're going to draw this out today, and I'm going to show you exactly why women get low testosterone, and that the solution is not just to go take a bunch of testosterone. Give me a thumbs up if you have, or if somebody else in your life has taken testosterone replacement therapy, hormone replacement therapy, and they go, oh, you know what? This is just, you're getting older and you need to take hormones. Well, without fixing the why, you're taking way too many hormones. The feedback loop's going to go all over the place, and you're going to get this feedback that then your body doesn't need to make any more testosterone. So here's the deal. Write this down. Testosterone in women is going to be muscle tone. So if you're sitting there and you're like got your flabby tricep going there. Hey Kay and Louisiana, good to see you, and Paige in Southern Indiana, probably pretty close to our Nashville office. So muscle tone is a big part of testosterone, even in women. So if you have low testosterone, you could be going to the gym, you could be doing your HIIT workouts, you could be doing all of these different things to get more muscle, and you can't get more muscle. So testosterone deficiency in women is going to be low muscle tone. It's going to be low motivation. So it used to be, man, I had kids and I could run around and do this and finish that project and do all these different things. And now you can't. And now you just sit on the couch, or you're just like, I can't get through the day. That's a big part of low testosterone as well. And then number 3 is going to be libido, sex drive, that get up and go. Man, I really like my husband, and now I could think about it once a year, and that's it. So if there's any of you out there like that, I was going to say you can give me a thumbs up, but that's probably more of a thumbs down, especially for your husband. But for you, it's like, you could care less. It doesn't really have any interest. And I'm going to show you exactly why that's happening. So testosterone, hey Linda, good to see you in Montana. So testosterone, what we're looking at here is total testosterone. We like to see that between 40 and 60. So, obviously if somebody's up in the 70, 80-year-old range, they're probably not going to be 40 to 60 in their, hey Rachel, good to see you. Excited to see you down at our Highlands Ranch office opening up next week. Going to be a great time. So testosterone 40 to 60 is where you want that. So put down below if you guys have had your testosterone run recently and what level it is, and I'll tell you how far low that is, where those imbalances are coming from, and what you need to do for that. So let me know where you at. Hey Lana, good to see you. So I always say in guys, low testosterone, we talked about this yesterday, low testosterone is directly proportional to a guy's metabolic issues, the metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, prediabetes, all these different things. For women, it's more related to what's going on between your ears. So it's more about the stress that a woman is under is directly proportional to how low their testosterone is. And let me show you how this actually flows through here. So we have cholesterol. Cholesterol is a really, really important thing in the body. Most people think cholesterol is bad. You want lower cholesterol is better. We have some people come in and their cholesterol is at like 100 and their doctor's like, great, that's low, we want it low. But cholesterol has a really, really important part to play in the whole hormone production. So can this go along with menopause? So menopause can be made worse by what we're going to be talking about, and I'll show you that here, Missy. So cholesterol is absolutely crucial for this. And give me a thumbs up if you guys knew that, if you knew cholesterol was an important thing for you to have in your body. The research shows the lower the cholesterol is later in life, the more likely you are to get Alzheimer's. It's a precursor to almost all of our hormones, so you've got to have this cholesterol. So cholesterol can go one of two different ways. It can turn into a hormone that's called progesterone. A lot of women have heard of that. They'll rub that on if they're getting different PMS or different menstrual symptoms, things like that. Yes, Christine, the brain needs that cholesterol. Absolutely. That's why they're seeing lower cholesterol, higher rates of Alzheimer's as well. So Tracy, 15 on the testosterone. And Nancy, so again, that 40 to 60 menopausal women, especially if you're in your 40s, 50s, 50s, 60s, still getting up into that 40 to 60 is a good range. A lot of women in their 50s, 60s, 70s will feel good in their 30s, 30 range on that testosterone as well. So progesterone is going to be made from cholesterol, and it's going to turn into cortisol. So what is cortisol for? Go ahead and pop down any of your thoughts down there. So we've got cholesterol, progesterone turns into cortisol, and this is one pathway that it's going to try to make this out of cholesterol. And we'll come back to that cortisol when you guys pop some answers down below. Going the other way is DHEA. So this is an adrenal hormone, and this is an adrenal hormone. So we've got two main adrenal hormones. Cortisol equals belly fat. So elevated cortisol equals belly fat. Cortisol for insulin. Cortisol can cause insulin secretion, but ultimately cortisol is an adrenal hormone. Thanks for answering, guys. Cortisol is an adrenal hormone that is basically there to keep us in homeostasis, try to rev us up at the right time, and get us up and going. So Linda, sexually active, what level? In the 70s? You know, even in your 70s, I would say 20s. 20s on your testosterone, 20s to 30s should be definitely enough to keep you sexually active in your 70s. So cortisol is an adrenal hormone, and that's going to rev us up, get us going, get this whole fight or flight response going, be able to take on the day, master whatever it is that you're doing, taking care of kids and running them around to soccer practice, and then you end up getting grandkids and all these different things. So we know we need this cortisol to, especially in today's day and age where we don't have a lot of calming in our lives. We're going nonstop. So cholesterol turns into progesterone, turns into cortisol, or it can go over this way. It turns into DHEA, another adrenal hormone. DHEA turns into testosterone, and then testosterone turns into estrogen. So this is why so many women are on hormone replacement therapy, especially testosterone. Give me a thumbs up or let me know if you've been on testosterone. I guarantee some of you watching have been on testosterone, and you might even have gotten up into the hundreds to 200 range, and at a level where you couldn't even compete in the Olympics as a female because your testosterone is so high. So this can spill over into the different estrogens, Christine. So it's a lot more complex pathway than this, but it can go down and around to these different estrogens. So yes, it can get to your different estrogens from this testosterone. So this is why, like Robin here, her doctor wanted to put her on testosterone, and ultimately the idea is that they want more estrogen. So instead of putting a woman on estrogen, because we know that high dose estrogen can have cancer effects, it can have a lot of damage, that for years they just put women on super high dose horse urine estrogen and just loaded them up, and we were getting all types of cancers and different things from that. So we know that we don't want to just slather on a whole bunch of estrogen for people. So instead, the doctors are coming back with the testosterone, and they're giving women high dose testosterone. And I've had women out here in the Facebook universe say that their doctor wants them between 150 and 250 on their test, and 40 to 60 is really that optimal level. So testosterone, you take that to make more estrogen, but ultimately most women that have low testosterone have low DHEA as well. They have low testosterone, and then their estrogen is going down, and then they have more menopausal symptoms. So why is this whole side deficient? Well, cortisol, remember we talked about that, that's that fight or flight one. Most people, their body is trying to make more and more and more cortisol. We will see it in the blood work, where a lot of times we'll see, even in guys, but especially women too, we'll see a progesterone high. So they are trying to funnel a lot of this precursor, a lot of this cholesterol over to that cortisol, and they are not building up this side of it. So this is why we always say it's directly proportional to the amount of stress that somebody's under. And so the more stress a female is under, the more jobs and cars and kids and COVID and lockdowns and presidents and whatever you want to stress about, trust me, there's enough that you can find to stress about. That the more you stress about things and the more your brain is revved up, we call this a high alpha. When we do a brain map on people, every new patient that comes into the office, we do a brain map on, and we see this alpha wave, which is the relaxed or meditative wave. We see it really high. That's going to be anxiety and worry and rumination. Almost every autoimmune patient we see has a high alpha, because it's keeping this body in a fight or flight, and they're continually attacking their immune system is going for whatever tissue that it's being attacked at. So we know that in today's day and age, especially women are in this revved up cortisol state, so you're stealing and not making enough. One, we've got to calm this down. You can't just take testosterone, you can't just take estrogen, you can't just take DHEA and hope that that's going to be enough. Can we say that group activities like co-ed volleyball would even it out with exercise and exposure to both genders? So Aaron, depends on what's going on with that testosterone. Great question. Yesterday we talked about guys being around other guys, and that can actually build up testosterone levels, because that's going to, they're all going to be like beating their chest and like wrestling around. But it's kind of like women that are in a communal setting at work or whatever, and they actually start menstruating at the same time. And so there is hormonal effect from being around same sex in guys, but opposite sex in women, absolutely. But exercise would be helpful for women to help build that up. But ultimately, you can't out-exercise this stress response here. You can't out being around guys this stress response here. So you've got to deal with that stress response. And just going and taking adrenal supplements is not the solution either. I've seen people come in, they've been on adrenal supplements for years, for 6, 5, 7 years they've been on these. And what happens is that doesn't fix the why. That doesn't fix the problem. The top 2 reasons why we do this, one is going to be the brain, and we see this high alpha, which is going to be that fight or flight state. And then number 2 is going to be blood sugar dips. Those crashes are going to stimulate this adrenaline going through the body, tell the liver to kick out glucose, and you are going to be stimulating and damaging the adrenals all the time when your blood sugar is dipping. So keeping your blood sugar as steady as possible and getting your brain into that relaxed zone is going to be the top two most important things you can do. So Aaron, meditation, mind management is essential. Mind management, I love that term because you are in control of what your brain is thinking. So yeah, hey Robin, yeah, come see us in Tennessee. We've got 2 offices in the Nashville Metroplex, north side, south side. So no matter where you are, pop in and we can do that brain map, blood work, everything in office there. So here's why majority of women have low testosterone, because they are funneling to this high cortisol. They're stealing from their reproducing side. The body's like, hey, I need to run from this mountain lion. I don't need to reproduce today. And so it is going to create this cascade towards fight or flight and taking it away from your reproducing. Just your whole femaleness is going to be a whole lot less. Hey, Monica, send us a DM and we'll get you squared away. So hope this helps. This is you in a nutshell, a lot of you women out there. I guarantee it. How do I know that? I've been doing this for over 20 years and I've seen a lot of women in practice and they have this exact same pattern in the blood work. If you haven't had your hormones tested yet, and even if you don't live by one of your offices, we can drop ship that blood work test kit to you anywhere in the country, in Canada. Just let us know and we can get you that information. Hey, Paula, good to see you. So guys, love educating you on what's going on. Get your hormones in balance, get your life in balance, and you're going to get rid of those dangly triceps, and your libido is going to come back, and all those fun things. So we will talk to you soon. Make it a great day, guys.